Okay, today we're going to start quadratic formula, and this is just another way of solving for the roots or your solutions. As you already know, that this is standard form of a quadratic equation. So here's the wonderful formula that you need to have memorized. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that over 2a. So with that being said, you need to be able to identify a, b, and c. So for this first example, you have x squared minus 2x minus 15 equals 0. So a is going to be 1, b is going to be negative 2, and c is going to be negative 15. Okay, so you just plug it into your formula. X equals negative 2 plus or minus the square root of negative 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 15. All of that over 2 times 1. So x equals, that's going to be 2 plus or minus, that's going to be 4. And then plus, and then 4 times 15, I believe, is 60 over 2. So I keep working it out. X equals 2 plus or minus the square root of 64 over 2, which is going to give me 2 plus or minus, what's the square root of 64? It's 8 over 2. So you have 2 plus 8 is 10, divided by 2 is 5. Then 2 minus 8 is negative 6, divided by 2 is negative 3. But when you go to write your answer, I need them in braces, and negative 3 is first and 5 is second, smallest and then largest. Okay, that's the quadratic formula. You've got to have this formula memorized. Also, there's going to be a word that we're going to ask for. It's called the discriminant. And the discriminant is what's located underneath the radical. So I'm going to ask you what the discriminant is. Okay? All right. Let's jump on down to this one. All right, so here, you can do this one on your own. Here you have x squared plus 13 equals 6x. So I'm going to bring 6x over. So you have x squared minus 6x plus 13 equals 0. So a is 1, b is negative 6, and c is 13. So you have x equals negative 6 plus or minus the square root of negative 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 13. All that over 2 times 1. So that's going to give me x equals 6 plus or minus. That's going to give me 36 minus, I believe that's going to give me 52 over 2. So this is going to give me 6 plus or minus, that's going to give me negative 16 over 2. So your discriminant would be negative 16. All right, so I'm kind of running out of room here. So I have 6 plus or minus 4i over 2. And it's 4i because the square root of 16 is 4, negative right there. So the only time that I need you to reduce is when all three of these can be reduced by the same number. So in this case, it'll be 3 plus or minus 2i. And that is this lesson. Now we're going to go in a little bit more depth or later on in the week, but that's pretty much chapter 5.6. Thank you.